Hey guys, today we're reviewing the all-new 2025 Porsche Panamera. This is a 2.9 litre 4, so it's sort of an entry-level car with a four-wheel drive system used on it, which is quite nice. And yeah, obviously it looks absolutely stunning in person. I think it's definitely a lovely improvement. More minimalistic look on the interior compared to the old car, and it is just definitely beautiful looking, just like Panameras always are. I think Panameras definitely on the top 10 list of one of the best Porsches made. But yeah, it's a 74 plate 2025 model. It's a February car. You've got matrix LED front headlights now on the Panamera, which is lovely, and a sort of revised front bumper, which gives you the adaptive cruise LiDAR sensor in the middle instead of bumper mounted fog lamps on each side there, which the old car had, sort of Audi style. We've got LED sort of fog lamps there as well. You've got the 21-inch Panamera Sport Design alloys in dark silver, which is an option. So to have them painted in matte gunmetal is about £1,000, and then the wheels themselves are about £2,700. Definitely is lovely. This car's finished in jet black metallic, which is a very deep dark black. It's sort of only black they do also a gloss black. You've also got the optional wheel centers, Porsche center caps in colour, which is nice, which most cars have anyway. But yeah, you've got rear privacy glass as an option, black window trim surrounds as well. You've got 360mm front and 330mm rear, slotted and ventilated front and rear discs with 6 piston calipers, wrapped around with Bridgestones, which is quite nice. And yeah, you've also got the sports tailpipe option, which effectively gives you quad exhaust tips on the rear here, as opposed to the standard car with its rectangular pipes. You can sort of see where the rectangular bit actually fits into there, but it does look quite nice. Please note it isn't valved or anything, so it isn't the sports exhaust option. It just looks like it has the sports exhaust, so obviously nevertheless still lovely. And on the back here, we've got the exclusive design tail light option on the rear here for the new Porsche. This gives you a black smoked out rear tail lamp section here with a massive brake light bar at the back here with your Porsche logo. You've got an active deployable rear spoiler as well, which is basically standard on all Panameras, even the old ones, which came out in 2009. I've always loved the Panamera. It's quite nice. It's got some tyre inflation kit tools there, 12-volt socket, your Bose loudspeakers in the back here for the surround sound setting, and these haven't been even opened really, or unwrapped, the blue stuff there, which is quite nice. And yeah, just absolutely gorgeous. You've got the comfort access, which is now on all Panameras come as default. And on the interior here, we've got the Kalahari grey over black smooth finish, sort of two-tone leather interior, which is very good. This is Porsche's highest grade quality leather. It's about £3,800, so it is quite an expensive option, but it's definitely worth it. You've got 2 cup holders in the middle here, and moving in, this one's got the 5-seater option as well, which effectively gives you an extra seat in the middle, even though it's a little bit difficult to sit in the middle because of this transmission hump. But yeah, did forget to mention all Panameras come standard now with the 8-speed PDK, which is a dual clutch gearbox. So revised sort of their Porsche's latest PDK with an 8-speed instead of a 7. And yeah, you've now got interior trim painted in high gloss black, which is lovely, and you've got tone on tone and deviated stitched leather all around. The smooth finish leather basically gives you leather down here, on the door cards, on the door panel. You've also got tone on tone coloured speaker covers as well. The 710 watt Bose surround sound system's very nice, obviously. And yeah, you've also got this sort of metal cheese grater looking trim as well. It does look quite funny, that does, but yeah, obviously very nice. I've always liked the rear design of these back seats on the Panamera. You can also just press this lever and conveniently fold them down. The rear front seats just a bit forwards there, but they are quite lovely and sculptured looking, very executive looking, I must say. You've also got deviated stitching on the rear off the front seats as well, which is nice. You've got 8-way electrically adjustable seats now, and yeah, very nice. You've got full electric, and you now get driver's memory pack standard, which gives you 3 set memory for the driver. And you've got these matte black painted door handles. Electric folding mirrors is now on all Panameras. You used to have to pay for that, funny enough. I just found it shocking that you had to pay 160 grand Taycan, 200 quid for mirrors, which is just, I think, appalling, really. But yeah, to start it up, you just press this button now. They did used to have sort of, if you had the comfort entry option, you have to like twist the key in there. I think all of them had it, whether it's comfort access or not. But yeah, now it's just a stop button. They have now redesigned the whole center console. So now you've got basically a few minimalistic buttons here. This is just a sort of touchpad. This disappears when the car's off. But you used to have the gear stick here, all your climate control buttons, sports spoiler, sports exhaust, suspension. It was, to be honest, it was quite overcrowded in the middle here. But now it's a really minimalistic design. They have moved everything up onto the screen here, basically. You've got the spoiler option here, which allows you to retract the rear spoiler and raise it. And you've also got your sport settings. If you put in sport, it does make the steering a bit heavier, and the PASM sporty. I forgot to mention, the new Panamera comes standard with PASM and adaptive air suspension, so it's a very comfortable ride. And you've got the S's, what used to be the S's, PASM, which is Porsche Active Suspension Management. So you've got Sport Plus setting and the air suspension. You can have smart lift as well integrated on the new shapes. So basically, if you set a location, it will lift at that point. So I could set it at my home here, and it will lift as soon as I get home. You've also got 2-zone climate control with air conditioning, individual fan and temperature adjustment, heated front seats. It is quite a very easy to use system. You've got a radio dial here, just to turn off and raise and lower the radio volume. And if you toggle this lever here, you've got your wireless phone charging with 2 USB-C ports, 2 cup holders, and also 12-volt socket with a little divider in the middle here, which can actually be adjusted, it looks like, which is quite nice. This one's also got the electric glass panoramic tilt and slide sunroof option. So this gives you a dual pane system. Front half opens, rear half doesn't, as normal, unlike all Panameras. And if you flick this touch capacitive button, or just press this touch capacitive button, it puts the rear blind back. And you'll notice on the rear here, you've also got controls for the sunroof there as well, the blind. And you've got 2 USB-C ports at the back here. And yeah, overall very nice. The sunroof does definitely give it a nice sporty appeal when it's open on the outside. And you've got some gloss black painted trim. The easiest way to tell if the car's got a smooth finish leather option is tone on tone stitching here, and this deviated stitching on the dashboard here. That is a straight giveaway. It's a very high quality leather feel. The standard cars have a rubbery plastic sort of dash, not as high quality. It's called partial leather. You've got the adaptive cruise option as well, which has your following distance, lane keeping assist, and yeah, lane departures, basically all standard on the new Panamera. And yeah, if you just click the side button here, you can engage adaptive cruise, speed limiter. I've got this full digi dash. Well, the new car has full digi dash like the old one, except it is on a full screen and not with analog dial surrounds. And yeah, I've set this one so you can see your turbo boost pressure there, your engine coolant, and your battery, which in my opinion is the 3 sort of vital things. I'd say coolant's the main one. The turbo thing's quite cool, but if you actually go in the middle here, you can reconfigure. You can have a half map display, or even a full map display, or a full sort of classic Porsche style full digi dash there with all your 5 dials. And yeah, obviously you've got full display there, which is nice. And you've also got the Porsche crest embossed on front and rear headrests as an option, and also the 360-degree surround view with active parking support. So it's got self-parking and a 360-degree view option, which is quite cool. And yeah, you've even got the sort of gunmetal sport design alloy wheels, which is quite cool. Obviously it just looks like a basic Panamera, but yeah, nevertheless is quite a good option. You can also have the option to clean the rear camera by clicking this button. It will spray some washer onto the rear camera to clean it. However, yeah, it's quite nice. You've got the latest PCM system as well, with Apple CarPlay, wireless and wired, navigation system, with your satellite Google Earth with the Porsche Connect, that is. And yeah, you've got ambient lighting, full color ambient lighting, and yeah, just very configurable overall. You can also set the maximum speed limit on the car. The max here is 150, but I don't think you're going to get anywhere near that on UK roads. But yeah, obviously it is very nice. You've got smart lift, like I said, and a hidden heated steering wheel button just here. A lot of people don't know that, but yeah, if you just press behind the steering wheel, that will engage a heated steering wheel. Like I said, electric folding mirrors is quite nice. And yeah, I think that's basically it, really. It is lovely, definitely lovely car. It's very nice to drive, very comfortable. The 2.9 is quite pokey. Obviously, if you do want a turbo or something, it will cost considerably more, but this definitely has more than enough power, to be realistically honest. Kalahari Grey is basically the new version of Crayon. I think this might look even nicer than Crayon. It's definitely nicer than cream or beige. The grey or white, off-white is the best way you can call it, is definitely it definitely adds value to the car, makes it £1 million more. And yeah, moving on the front bonnet here, we've got the 2.9 litre twin turbocharged V6 with 353 horsepower. You've got the Valvetronic and Vario cam standard on all engines, basically, so all the valve timing management. And yeah, it's basically the detuned version of the RS4 and the RS5's new engine, so it is definitely very potent. The turbos do spool up very fast and they are very responsive. They get up to about 1 bar of pressure, so very nice. It is definitely fast, and it's a nicer one to have, being the four-wheel drive version. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and let's move in on to the test drive. Hey guys, they'll be test driving the Pana 4. So obviously quite a nice car. Does sound quite nice. You know, surprisingly, being the, you know, entry-level engine with no sports exhaust, but it is definitely very potent. I do love this full digi dash though they're doing now. I'm very impressed with that. I do like that. Let's just see if I can get my normal setting on. Yeah, my map one, I like that one. That's my favourite one, this one, where you can have a turbo boost. It just feels like sort of an old Porsche, really. You know, you've got all the coolant stuff and all your sort of mechanical calculations there. But yeah, it's obviously very lovely ride. It is definitely a very smooth car, and has a lot of poke to it. Yeah, you've got the latest PCM, along with all your sort of HVAC controls or air conditioning controls there. The adaptive cruise. I do like the drive mode select button on the steering wheel. That would, like, it's very nice and minimalistic for interior now. It's not as clunky with all the buttons. I would, to be honest, prefer having the sports exhaust and the spoiler button as a physical button, and not a dashboard screen button. But yeah, nevertheless, it is definitely a nicer, cleaner design. I think they've done a very good job with this Panamera. I'm very impressed, and the outside looks nicer. The wheel options look a bit cleaner, and yeah, to have the wheels in like dark gunmetals, definitely one of my favourite colours. I like either diamond cut or gunmetal, either one. But yeah, very lovely. Obviously, got a very responsive PCM system, the latest one, which they've basically brought out on the 992, and yeah, overall the spoiler also comes up at a high speed. You've got a GT steering wheel, sports steering wheel standard, with your hex bolt screws there, styling, and obviously a heated steering wheel being concealed like all Porsches do, which is quite a cool little option, and your drive mode select button. It does feel quite sporty and premium. You know, you're paying 103 grand for this car with options, so you expect it to have some stuff. I think Porsche's done a good job not cheaping out, and you know, you've got folding mirrors standard, comfort access standard, air suspension with PASM, all those things you wouldn't have standard on the older gen, and yeah, and lane keeping assist and all that sort of safety stuff. It is definitely nice. Yeah, it's lovely. It really is a brilliant car. PDK is definitely very smooth. It definitely has a lot of poke to it with that 8-speed, and it just shifts through gears really quickly. Got 0.9 bar of pressure on the turbo, so it's working over boost there. It corners very well as well, having the 4D integrated chassis control combined with a PASM and the air suspension. It does you don't get too much body roll. It almost feels like a car's got PDCC really. It does drive really well, and you don't feel any bumps, to be honest. The air suspension, I'd say, is a must on any sort of saloon or SUV. You can also turn the lane keeping off by holding the lane keeping button down the adaptive cruise stalk, which I like having off. I find it a bit dangerous really having my lane keeping on. It's not the nicest thing, but yeah, definitely very potent, 350 horsepower, so it's definitely more than enough. You know, if you don't want a crazy sports car or supercar, you know, it's nothing to be excited over, but it definitely is more than enough in an executive style hatchback. Do like all the displays and stuff. It is very it's very high quality, high resolution, and not too much input lag, as you'd expect on a car at this price point. When the turbo kicks in, you can really feel the pushback. You know, you do have them going like crazy, working over boost. Very nice. You've also got your driving modes and your sport. I like having it on normal, and sort of lowered chassis is nice, but if you want to get across bumps and stuff, it is recommended to lift the car, or you know, you've got a very low driveway. It is very good, and yeah, overall just really high quality. You've got the smooth finish leather dashboards with the white deviating stitching, and just really lovely. The Kalahari grey, I wouldn't buy one with black leather, to be honest with you. The Kalahari is what sold it for me, especially the pan roof. I could sort of live with adaptive cruise, but a lot of sort of people who like driving and cruising, adaptive cruise is a very useful feature. It's definitely a must-have on a car like this. On a 911, I don't really think it's so much. You just sort of blitzing through gears and stuff. But yeah. Sort of lovely smooth ride. It's very quiet as well. It doesn't have like loads of engine noise, do you know what I mean? It's not obtrusive. Yeah, I think they've done a very good job. You've got the e-hybrid models as well, and the turbo. Anything basically above this is going to be an e-hybrid. You have the e-hybrid, 4 e-hybrid. All the e-hybrids are 4-wheel drive. Basically any Porsche you buy, if it's an e-hybrid, it will be 4-wheel drive. So yeah, and then you have the 4 SE hybrid, and then you've got the turbo and the Turbo S, I think. They have quite a lot of power, but they are considerably more expensive than this. You're almost reaching 200 grand at that point, which is double the money for a Turbo S. But yeah, nevertheless, very nice car. Definitely impressed. I think Porsche done a good job of not cheaping out on spec, and giving you what you sort of should get for a car at this price point. You know, if I was buying like a Lexus or something, you'd get so much standard. You'd get even more than this, but obviously not as high quality, or the brand name. I mean, if you buy a Porsche brand name, there's nothing which really compares to the Panamera, in my opinion. It looks like a saloon, but it isn't. It's got practicality of a hatchback, but it's got the designer for saloon. It is like, they sort of almost made it into magic, really. It is interesting how they sort of designed the Panamera when it first came out. It was absolutely stunning when it came out, and it still is. I'm very impressed. And the brakes are definitely alright as well, cross-drilled. I think that's probably the first time I've seen a Panamera with slotted discs on a sort of entry-level car. I don't think you would get that normally, but I may be wrong. But it definitely does ride really well, suspension is definitely a useful feature. I've just so many Cayennes now on the counter without air suspension options, it really does put me off when buying them. It's like, why would you want steel suspension on a big clunky SUV like that? It's really, you know, it really does get on your nerves sometimes. But you've also got a very large fuel tank as well, almost 500 miles worth of range. Yeah, for £100 top up you get about 450 miles, so it's definitely a lot. I can't imagine when it's full. That's at almost over 3/4. So you've got the Bose audio, which is more than plenty. If you want the thermistor, then you'll have to be spending extra money for that option, or have to find a car which is more expensive with that option, but it is quite a rare option. But that is obviously a little bit better. Hope you guys enjoyed the test drive, and I'll see you in the next one.